and welcome to Blytheway Business News, where today we're very happy to welcome back the guys from Pantheon Resources. We've got Jay Cheatham, the Chief Executive, back with us, and again, Bob Rosenthal, the Technical Director. Now, as you may know, Pantheon is listed on the London markets, on the AIM market, with a ticker of PANR and a market capitalization of around 168 million sterling. Now, gentlemen, you've had quite a few days. You've just fundraised $30 million. That's quite an achievement in this not a great climate at the moment for E&P oil and gas companies. How have you done that?
Well, it was just a great result, Tim. And as you and I were talking, it's a result of our great assets. If our Talitha A well works, we believe we'll definitely be a takeover target. The fundraising was to shore up our balance sheet, give us the money to drill that, and get us a deeper bench in shareholders. So yes, it was a great outcome for us.
Tremendous outcome. You've got the $30 million. You're going to be moving forward with Talitha A. Now, I know in the past you've done sort of educational webinars for shareholders, for potential shareholders. Have you got any plans to do another one to tell us how the drilling's going to work, the sequence of the drills, the logging, the testing? Are you going to be sharing any more of that with us?
Yes, yes, absolutely. We'll issue our financial results for the year in late December. We'll have a virtual annual general meeting in late January. And soon after that, we'll plan to have a webinar, much like we did last year, to explain all of those things, because it'll be very, very exciting. We hopefully will have spudded or are about to spud the Talitha well at that time.
Okay. Now, I'm going to push you a little bit on something here, because for the last 16 months or so, we all know there's been the data room, and you've been telling us that people have been coming in and looking at the data, looking at Talitha. You're going it alone, though. Why is it that an existing partner from the North Slope in Alaska, why is an existing North Slope player not come in and said, hey, Jay, hey, Bob, we'd like to partner with you on this? Why haven't they done that?
Well, Bob's the best one to answer that.
Well, there are a few reasons for that. First of all, we have had a lot of people in the data room, and where we were at when we first started this farm out process is a long, we've come a long way since then. So what was acceptable as a farm out offer a year ago is not acceptable. We would not have found that acceptable today. Everybody who comes into the data room, if they're at all interested, are talking about getting 50% of the project, operatorship, and these sort of these sort of terms again today, given how we view the asset, would be very difficult to accept. And then there's a second reason, particularly about the people up on the North Slope. It's very difficult to get people who are already up on the North Slope to sign non-competes and and confidentiality agreements over our 3D acreage. Where the reason for that is many of these people have prior AMIs with other companies, and they just do not want to sign non-competes. And our proprietary 3D is hugely important to us in terms of open acreage and our future.
So I guess the concept had moved on considerably in that period. It probably became a bit of a no-brainer that you would just go along and do it yourselves. Now, as I understand it, you've decided to drill a horizontal section in the shallowest target, the shelf margin deltaic, which I understand is the primary target at Talitha. What data are you going to be looking to collect from that?
Well, first of all, we'll get production data, because we hope to get a 2-week test. But in addition to that, we'll get a lot of geologic data. Bob, you can fill them in on that sort of.
Well, the important thing is for us is we get a lot of detailed information about the porosity, the permeability, how the reservoirs are going to perform. That's fundamentally important to us. And doing that horizontal, we believe will move our resource estimates, some of our resource estimates, from contingent to reserves, because how we plan to develop the field is to use these short laterals and this sort of production technique, and you have to show that works before you're going to be able to get any sort of reserve estimation.
Okay, thank you. The farm out process, is that still open, or is it suspended now?
We still have a couple of people in the data room that we're talking to, so we have not suspended it officially.
Okay, I guess having raised the 30 million, the balance of power, if you will, in the negotiating parties may have shifted a bit more in your favor. Is that fair?
Very fair, Tim, and we would have had to dilute quite a bit more taking a farm out partner than we did by raising the capital ourselves.
Did you receive any concrete farming offers? And if you did, why were they rejected?
Well, we received we received proposals from people. In other words, we did not go to final documentation or anything like that. We received proposals from people, and they just didn't meet the terms or where we were at today. Even though we are lower oil price and in the middle of COVID, we believe in the asset has much more value than we perceive that value. We're more confident of that value than we were a year ago. Our share price was 15. Today it's 32, 33 pence, even after we've raised the money. So yes, we're in a much better position. Having a well funded, having a small E&P company with their project funded to drill is puts you in a much more powerful position than where we were a year ago.
Sure. You mentioned earlier, Jay, that if Talitha comes in, then you think you could well be a takeover target. What makes you think that?
Well, our costs are so much lower than most of the basins around the world, especially those shale players have to reinvent themselves. We'll be looking for this kind of project that is very low cost. We're down around $30 a barrel break even, where most of the rest of the world is considerably higher than that, Tim. And these companies will need to reinvent themselves. We have huge scale, we have huge size. As we've announced, the Talitha well is going to target 1 billion or 1 billion barrels plus of recoverable reserves. And here's a scoop, Tim. I just received a text message that we have now signed the rig contract for the Calista rig number 3.
Fantastic, Jay. That's brilliant news.
Congratulations. Live on air. You heard it here first, viewers.
So it's all around. It's a great day for Pantheon.
Okay. Well, finally, gentlemen, can you give us a few of the projected items of news flow from today's date going forward to the spudding of Talitha A? What should we be looking out for?
Well, we need to update everybody on the down dip shelf margin deltaic, our estimates there. Also, the slope fan system, the basin floor fans. Also, we plan to come out with an estimate on Leonis, possibly on Theta West, and of course, signing the rig contract, which we just announced today. and hopefully by the time we do the webinar in late January, we will have spud the Talitha well.
Well, gentlemen,
If I could add one thing to that, because it's just real quick, is, in I think the last time we talked, we did say we were going to be drilling this year, no matter what. We were, that's what we promised our shareholders, and that we were planning for this winter. Signing that rig contract today is a massive step to getting that well down in spudding in January.
Yeah, for sure. Gentlemen, congratulations on both the fundraise and on signing the rig contract. Come back and tell us about the progress going forwards, and keep us in touch. That was Jay Cheatham and Bob Rosenthal from Pantheon Resources. Pantheon is listed in London, as I said, on the AIM exchange with a ticker of PANR, a market cap of 168 million. But looks like exciting times ahead in the coming weeks and months for Pantheon up there on the North Slope of Alaska. That's it for Blytheway Business News for today. Thank you for watching.